got the red, white, blue, flying high on the farm. Semper Fi tattooed on his left arm. Spent a little more in the store for a tag. In the back it says USA. He won't buy nothing and he can't fix. With WD-40 and a Craftsman wrench, he ain't prejudiced. He's just made in America.
Welcome to the Costa Mesa Pettis Perspective. This is episode 12. Thanks for watching this evening. And normally what we would be doing would be covering the last city council meeting for Costa Mesa, which we are not going to do tonight, mostly because, as most of you know, or some of you know that watched it, the council, the major part that everybody was on hold waiting to talk about and that everybody was waited with bated breath to hear about was the One Metro West issue. They were going to talk about that and vote on I believe it was the environmental impact report, the EIR, which would then have moved it down the road toward being approved. But what they decided to do was delay it until next council meeting because of the number of people that want to be talking about it and the number and the hours that it would take. So it's scheduled for being on the agenda next time. So what I decided to do would be talk about the event. First, I want to talk about the Costa Mesa Republican Assembly, or CMRA, as most people know it by. And I had alluded to the fact that I was thinking about being involved with them in prior videos. And what I can tell you now is I'm absolutely involved with them. I'm a board member officially, along with my wife and some other people. And the board is almost, with the exception of one person, all brand new. And I'm excited, really, really excited to be a part of it because any reservations that I had regarding what they stand for, their philosophy, is all those questions have been answered. Believe the mission is going to be several aspects to it. Mostly it's going to be vetting candidates, one candidate for each elected or open position in Costa Mesa, whether it be sanitary, water, council, mayor. And we're going to be doing vetting, we're going to be doing educating, we're going to be selecting people to endorse, and that's going to be a big focus. And not only that, we're going to be involved at the community level. That was probably the most important thing to me, is we're going to be involved in educating the public on policy principles and doing actually outreach, doing all there's a lot of more to come on that, but it's a huge change from when I ran last time, and I'm really, really super excited to be involved in it. And what I think we have, what I have been told by Big CRA, which is the mothership, California Republican Assembly, is that since we came on board, not just us, but since the relaunch, there's been more membership ads in the last few months than ever before. And we're also partnering with Irvine Republican Assembly. A lot of really neat people that I've met, former Mayor Christina Shea and Nugent and all those folks that are involved in Irvine. Newport's coming online. We're going to get Orange. I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but a lot of neat things on the horizon. So I really would like to ask folks that are out there that have not joined CRA to please do so. You can sign up online. Unfortunately, there's not an auto membership renewal, but it's $25, and I encourage everybody to sign up because that money will go toward vetting candidates to get back on the council. And the reason I bring CMRA up is it's important for you guys to know that I am officially a board member now, which I'm excited about. And also, we were involved in the event that you guys know about. Some of you were there, and some of you saw some of us talk about it. Was the Ambassador Richard Grinnell came to the Center Club and spoke to, I think it was 125, 150 people we ended up having if you added everybody together. It was a really, really exciting event. It was a really worthwhile event, and we're going to be working with Richard Grinnell more in the future. And the reason I want to talk about it was I with all the people that were there, and many of the people that I've talked were blown away by him, and mostly by his message and what he did. What he spent a good portion of the time on was what he calls the Fix California initiative. And the reason I'm so excited about it, one, he's a influential guy with a lot of knowledge, but his Fix California initiative dovetails a lot with what at CMRA we're looking to do ourselves. And we talked to him about it offline. We've been talking to his people since then, and we're going to be involved directly with him. So more to come on the Grinnell thing. But the Fix California thing, I am encouraging everybody that is watching these videos or is a Costa Mesa resident that cares about the future of the Republican Party to be involved. It's really because it's 3 planks that he talks about on Fix California. And by the way, it's fixcalifornianow.com. It's not just the initiatives Fix California, but you go on the website fixcalifornianow.com. And the first of 3 initiatives that he talks about is securing the election. And I really liked what he had to say about this publicly when he spoke with us. If you're not advocating as a candidate or as a citizen or anybody who cares for voter ID, verification of signatures, and absentee ballots that are requested, no direct mailing, then you shouldn't be involved, or you're not asking the right questions, because we need to not be afraid of saying it like it is. And he went as far as to say that if you're talking to somebody in the public, or you see these folks on the news, if you talk to somebody that's against voter ID, against signature verification, and against mass mailing of unsolicited ballots, you're a cheater. You want to be a cheater, you are cheating. And he said that several times, and I think we ought to not be afraid to say it. And the Grinnell and his team of lawyers through Fix California have already put forth some lawsuits in LA County. Orange County is going to be coming. This is not something that's going to happen overnight, but this is a direct action initiative that comes out of Fix California that isn't just talk. It's really about making sure. I'm not talking about crying over spilt milk. The election already happened, but what we need to do is be focused on the future, and that's really what his Fix California initiatives are all about: is action and future and grassroots advocacy. Advocating for California is the second plank out of the 3, and there's a lot to it. But the main thing that I look at when I look at this part of it is he talks about school choice and quality education. And I think that is so important. And we ought to not be afraid to talk about choice, charter schools, and to speak out against things like the 1619 Project, critical race theory. I'm fortunate in Newport Mesa so far. My 7-year-old's at Newport Heights Elementary, and so far there is no curriculum that revolves around 1619 or critical race theory. And I'm saying this is important to me because we don't want, this is my view, and a lot of people that I know that are of like mind, is we don't want to be revisionist history. We weren't perfect in our history, but we don't want to revise history and to focus on race and any of that. So Fix California is really advocate for California. So the first one's going to be, let's not have voter fraud. Second one is, let's advocate for Californians through the school system and other things too. The third plank is engaging the voters. So he is absolutely right when he talks about we do not do a very good job as constitutional conservatives, Republicans, libertarians on registering people to vote. That's an extremely important thing that we need to focus on, which we'll be doing through CMRA, through registration drives, and there's going to be a lot more in the future. But Ambassador Grinnell talks a lot about that, and it's an important thing if we want to get this thing going. So I really am excited about being involved with him, and I'm excited about his work on Fix California. And I encourage everybody to go to fixcalifornianow.com. Get involved. You can put in your email, sign up for the newsletter, and there's going to be more to come on that in the future. And next time Pettis Perspective, we'll be talking about the One Metro West endeavor, and the important thing is to be good to yourself, be good to each other, and together we can get it done. And bye for now.